Try to get his pod as quickly as possible. Try to get a pod. Got him.
Touch it! Ooh!
Yeah, jump in. One more. Yeah, they're targeting right.
Is this? Secondary is curses, secondaries and curses, secondaries and curses.
Wait! I need snipers to overheat on the Ulis. I need DPS to overheat.
He missed it though. Wow. Good save. Touch it in. Nice!
GG! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We're here with a little bit of EVE Online, where we are going to be attempting to get into nullsec to do a little bit of PvE with this lovely Loki I'm currently sitting here with my character. Kind of excited to get back into this. I've been doing a little bit of wormhole exploration, and I want to get this tune out of there and out in. I'm trying to look up currently a nice little route out there. I do remember, where was it? I do remember being told of a good system to get out there, but I can't remember. Maybe it was Ethereum Reach right here. Oh, we've got a way to Ethereum Reach. I know how I'm going to do this. Actually, let's... No, there's a good 8 pilots in that system right there. And I think, is this low sec? Yeah, so we'd have to jump through low sec. I could get us into Great Wilderlands and then head over there. That might actually be a better, safer bet. So I think that's the route I'm going to take. I'm originally from Jeddah. I'm not sure how he gets there. 6 to 30. So Lavalon is where we're going. This should be easy enough. Lavalin. Beautiful. That shouldn't be too far, right? Oh, that's in a... Maybe it'll be easier just to go... Ethereum Reach has 8 pilots in system. Jumps. We could head this way to Ethereum Reach. At some point, we head here. 3 pilots in system, 1 pilot in system. Let's do this route. Oh, we have to go there anyways. Ooh. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's head to Ethereum Reach. We're just going to do a direct route. Maybe we will die, and that would be extremely unfortunate to start off the evening with that. But you know what? We will give it a shot. Oh, that music is loud. Much better volume. Okay, let's head on out there. It's quite it's a couple jumps. We got a little ways ahead of us. But that's okay. We need to get to nullsec anyways. And we can do it in this sweet Loki. I do my other team from my other tune from the last stream is still out in the middle of nowhere. I haven't had a chance to get him back home yet, so that's a future Nobu's problem to worry about. All right, so I'm not using the Thera map, so I am just going to close that and head on out. Of course, we actually need to keep local open this time. That'll be handy. It's so weird jumping from wormhole space back to, or out to nullsec. Just the vast difference when you're using local and when you're not. Oh, it's 20 jumps. Why is it so long? I just need to know when I'm getting close to the low sec, so I can pay a slight bit more attention than I normally do. In fact, I've never actually taken this route out there, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, it's at the Therium Reach. Where I'm supposed to go out. I forgot to buy my Deadeye implants. That's okay. I'm not turning around at this point for Deadeyes. Not worth it. Hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful Friday to Saturday. Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. Oh man, the day's just like weekend's already like halfway over. Well, not quite, but that's just so sad. Alright, I've got no idea how these jumps are going to be. It shouldn't hopefully be too bad. We'll see. There might be a gate camp at Ethereum, but we'll see. We'll see. Interdiction nullified, cloaky, so it'll all come down to can I cloak fast enough. And I can do a couple practice cloaks on these warps, and that might be helpful. Just to get kind of useful with how it works. And plus I can always, if something happens, I'll pop my defensive stuff, and I can just burn back to the gate. You don't get a weapons timer if you just turn on, like, your shield booster and such, right? I don't think you do. I hope you don't. That'd be very odd if you had a weapons timer for that. But it's whatever. Okay, jump. So I hit the cloak on the same tick I hit the jump is how I want to do it then. See, I can never remember if you did it on the tick or if you wait till it said warp drive activate it. I was like, there's my scanner probes. I was like, I haven't been in this fit for a while. But everything should be together. I just have to refit once I get out to nullsec land. Which will be fine. I'll wait till I get to an empty system once I'm in nullsec. And then when I get out there, I will, I'll throw on, or I'll use my mobile depot and swap out my modules to the right stuff. Because, yeah, they'll have to be fast to catch me. Am I an insta-warp with this? No, I'm 4-second warp. It's okay, a 4-second warp is still very fast. We got a couple jumps, then we get to low sec. Oh. Beautiful ship. All cloaked. I think this is the trip that Urschlag takes all the time when he's heading out here, is he goes through the nullsec route, because it's kind of a pain to head through It's kind of a pain heading through, what's the words I'm thinking of? Thera. A lot of times, like, you just don't have the right connections. Like, today there was absolutely no connections to drone land, so it was like, okay, I could go for the Thera connection and be a little bit off with the drone lands, which would be about the same amount of jumps, or I could just risk it for the biscuit and go straight through. And I think that's kind of how I wanted to do it today. Plus, I need to get this Loki out the drone lands. It's been sitting way too long in at Jita. I just need to use up all my missiles and get some good loot. Plus, what? This will take me like 10 minutes to get out there. Worst case scenario. All right, next system we enter into low-sec land. It's fine. Perfectly fine. Watch, wait, just a gate camp right here is what I'm expecting. That would be absolutely horrible to run into. Man, so many orcas. I guess this is high sec. We had a courtmate one time in Wormhole stalk an orca in high sec for like an hour, pinging for people to come get this orca. It was great. I just found it humorous that they did that. Okay, I was like, good. As long as we're not in faction warfare, because I forget that faction warfare is absolutely horrible. We're only 11 jumps out. We're halfway there. And we had to take a little bit of time, make sure the Loki was all fit, see where we were going. Well, I'm also used to flying at off time, so this is more of a popular time, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a little bit more popular than normal. We are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Only a handful more jumps and we'll be where we're looking to get to. So this, oh, what is my map doing? Hello, Gameo, please. There we go. I was like, Gameo, please, what are you doing to me? This is the jump I'm worried about into LXQ2 tac. And that should be soon. LXQ2 tac. LXQ2 tac, so only 1, 2, 3 more jumps. And then we get into the hot system. And that's the one where I worry that they may have something set up, but it's probably just a staging system, honestly, since it's so close to just getting out of nullsec. But we shall see. We shall see. Follow next. What's my skill queue looking at? I think I've gotten a couple skills down that I didn't have before. Okay, acceleration control 5 is what I'm going after now. So I got a couple skills that I did not have before to help a little bit with my cap, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm at 216. Oh, it's still not that long. I need to figure out how to get myself cap stable. Okay, this next system's the one I'm worried about. I've got a little bit of concern. But that should put us into drone lands, if I remember. Ethereum is drone lands. I'm fairly confident. Ethereum Reach is. Ethereum Reach and the Spire are usually two pretty good places I've been enjoying exploring through and traveling. Outer Passage isn't bad either. I don't like going up in these areas. To Osa, Malpace, Kelvin Expense, and Paragon Falls. Those areas seem to be a little bit more populated, if I do say so myself. Cinnaball's 100 off, 110. Oh yeah, they just have a bubble camp here to catch people. That's all. So I'm just passing through here. So they're just hoping to catch some people who don't know what they're doing going through. The Cinnaball is. Which is why I fly interdiction nullified. Yep, and then they run about another bubble here. In line to catch people. Or I think that's actually anchoring. Well, we can't look at it now. We're already through. That might be the route I take. I feel like there were some skills I was also missing, and those I weren't sure about. Because that's kind of where I'm left with this build right now, is I don't have the cap stability with this, with the Gistex, and I think it's it's mostly, so I could use some on the adaptive. Like, all three of these are just killing my... Oh, I guess that's not too bad. It's 338 without I forgot the salvager. And I did a couple skills to help with that, but I'm not sure like what other skills I'm missing still to help with the cap on these. Like shield upgrades maybe? No, that's power upgrade. I don't care about... Not operation. Because I don't have a shield and mission skill, so that doesn't matter. All right, let's get us a safe in here, ladies and gents. Get us a safe. Scan this out. And I need to put this in a personal locations. Awesome. And then I'm going to go ahead and refit off these internal stabs. Yeah, that was not too bad to pass through that system. Like, they had the bubble camps and everything. But... It also hurts to, like... I'll have to buy if I went that Abyssal way live, I'm going to have to buy it because I would be way too afraid to roll it myself. Safe. Let's get to there. So, first sight of the day. Hopefully it's a combat site. We'll see in a minute. I thought you could get this fit, though, cap stable with skills. Is kind of what I thought. I could just be completely wrong, though. All right, we're just gonna do a quick swap over here out of our travel fit. Travel fit runs 2 internal stabs on the lowers, just to help us get through. It just gets that line time down just a little bit, down to 4 seconds, under 4 seconds. Makes us a little bit nimbler, so we can get it down in 2 ticks as opposed to I think 3 or 4 ticks it was before. Of course, this is always the longest minute of my life. When you're waiting for these things. I think I literally have to have 5s, though, to make this cap stable. And the only other things, so... My shield management is high. I don't think any of these other ones actually do shield like cap. I think the only one that's other cap is Afterburner, and that would be under engineering. And maybe cap management, that would help. This would be something that would help. I think that's it. Unless I have a rigging drawback. My drawback of this. No drawbacks. This should just be power grid. Increase the CPU, so I'm not too concerned about that. But it's not rigging. Oh, there's another skill I can train. Guess I'll just... And I might have to swap to the Abyssal. I'd hate to have to do that, but... Because they're just so... expensive. But that might have to be the way. I have to go. Oh, is that where it is? Pull these. Navigation. Oh, I forgot about navigation was a thing. Oh, so that will help. That'll be a faster train. Thanks. And then what was the other one? You said fuel conservation. That'll help actually a lot. It's like, do I already have a safe here? No, I do not. Thank you. I don't know the skills very well, is my problem. And yeah, those are there are a lot more skills in the cap. Which I still think, let's see. So those two skills are going to help with the Afterburner, and the Afterburner's already low, but that'll still pop me up to 716, which is way better if I'm running everything at once. And I should go higher with that other long skill train. I've been needing to do this. I want to fly some shield ships, so... Sorry, 1 second. My wife's trying to convince me to go get groceries, and I'm like, I can't. Not yet. Later. I just got into this. I don't want to stop now. Ooh, an Independence. Beautiful. I think Independence are my favorite if I remember. I need to re-pull up my guides. My little notes. I still don't have this stuff memorized. Independence. Yes, Independence are my favorite. Because I feel like they're the easiest. So let's go ahead and start the Independence. Though they don't have my favorite, they have, I think, my least favorite of the escalations. So that's a bummer in itself. Exactly. We can't do groceries now in Pawnee. No, I expected her to be longer. Oh, baby, another just don't be a hierarchy. I've just decided I hate hierarchies. So Independence is... Okay, so I just have to kill the strain name frigate. That's not bad. And a hierarchy, my least favorite. That's okay. Where is our gate? There it is. Did I not get any strain frigates? No. Nice. So this is just a simple burn at this point. Oh, did I bring an... Okay, I did bring a small armor repair. I forgot if I brought one or not, because I remember last time when I was out here, I would take some armor damage, and I was like, oh, did I bring it? I'm killing these not Sancha rats. Wow, I'm still... No, you're not doing incursions. These aren't Sancha rats. These are drones. What do these guys even look like? Activate. Look at. Yeah, I don't really like their models. Don't they have like a Dami model too, like the battleships are? I think if I remember correctly, I've never really been that big of a fan of drone ship models. So close. This is where it'd be nice to have a micro warp drive. Is that it? I feel like you're right. I wonder if that one should not go after Afterburner. Oh wait, shield compensation? I thought I had that one already. Wait, why that? Oh, it's a shield booster. Okay. Approach this. Lock it up, and we're sending drones on our way. This is where I'm bad. I need to get better at cap skills because I'm an armor person. That's what I've generally done, is armor. So it's all weird to me, like doing shield. About to get an explosion? Was it not? Okay, I was like, where's the explosion? I know it's happening. That's what I wanted. I'm glad at least somebody here knows the cap skills, because I certainly do not. So this is an independence. We kill these 3 battleships. We take out the structure so we don't bounce off of them. And then another group's going to spawn. We shoot one target and then kill the sentient. So that is our battle plan, ladies and gents. And I believe we can pretty much just keep drones out this entire time. Like, nothing will aggro the drones, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that one, though. Please don't quote me, because I could be completely and 100% wrong. But I think nothing messes with the drones. Kill it with fire. Okay, so now I think I have a good skill queue going. I've got the Afterburner 5, Shield Compensation 5, Acceleration Control 5, Fuel Conservation, Cap Management. That's my kind of order. And I might change the order depending on how I feel about my cap after I get those first 2 skills. That might be something that needs to change. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, this is pretty much just the Dominic's, which I am not a fan, I'm gonna be honest, of the Dominic's ship. The hull of that. I've just never really liked it that much. Alright, we're gonna go this way a little bit. The booster. Shoot this guy once. Here's our sentient. And there's not that much DPS that comes out during this site, which is why I like this so much. Like, it's pretty much easy mode. Out of all of the nullsec sites, drone sites, this is the easiest one. Nice, 47 million to kick off the day. A-okay with that. Reload a bit. Let's get the salvage. No, I died at a weird spot. We're at 69 mil in the inventory, so we'll see what happens after we get the salvage here. What that puts us at. Oh no, I'm gonna hit. Or do I just go through this thing? I think I'm gonna hit. Yep, that doesn't like me. Awesome, that's okay. So we were at 69 mil. Ooh, that was pretty good salvage. Almost 30 mil of salvage. All right, so I have been at this for, it took me a little bit to get out of here, but I've been out at this for 30 minutes getting out here and then running the site, and I'm already at 77 mil. I'd say that's pretty good. Okay, hierarchy. Now this is my least favorite one, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Just because I don't really complain about it's. Yeah, I'll do it. No, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyways. I said I will. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm already regretting it. So I have to burn forward and kill these guys. Ooh, actually, I may not want to use drones here. I don't remember. No, not doing any wormholes right now, Sabiek. I can only do wormholes so often before I just get burned out. How are you doing today? I'm excited today though. Like, so after this stream, me and the wife are getting groceries, and then we're watching the second movie of the Lord of the Rings series. We did the first one last night, and it was a lot of fun because I haven't seen them in a while. Extended editions, of course. So we were up till like 1:30 last night, and so I'm exhausted because then she made me get up. Well, she didn't make me, but I got up at like 9:30 or 8:30 this morning to go to a workout with her. Which it's fine. It's fine. All right, so now I have to go out again and away. And away we go. Okay, I was like, that should kill him just barely. Nice. It's always good to have at least a day off every once in a while, or you'll go crazy. Good to see you as well. I've been streaming my Monday/Tuesday, one of those two CCP streams the last 2 weeks, but I feel like I need to do a stream on my own channel every once in a while. I've been bad at not doing that, and so I was like, I need to do this. And I got some time. I've just been doing a lot of stuff with the wife. Like, we've been doing a lot of Divinity Original Sin 2, and a lot of studying with my qualifying exams coming up in 5 weeks now. It's so close and yet so far away and yet so close at the same time. Right, so we burn out because we don't want to trigger the ships by going through that little blob right there. Or the ones in the center. So we head out this way, and then from here we're going to head towards the gate. This isn't what I hate about this site, though this is not great either. Like, this isn't that great. It's the next part of the site, which I absolutely despise. And you guys will see that, and you'll be like, oh. Now I know why Nobu despises it. It's just you have so much coming at you all at once in the hierarchy. Okay, I need to form a fleet with myself. This is a hierarchy I'm running in drone lands right now. I forgot I need to form a fleet with myself so I can tag. Awesome. Hey, Fine Mojin, how are you doing today? Yeah, Doc, I've got the Loki out in drone lands. We're doing some combat sites. This is actually the second site of the day. We just did a Independence and got like 76 mil from it. So it's a pretty good start so far. No trouble. There was like a bubble camp, but he was like 100k off with a bubble, and that was all I had to worry about coming here. Okay, let's get these right. I forget if I can use drones on these. I'm just going to use them. And I'm going to learn if these drones get blopped or not. This guy next. That guy after this. And then we take out these two that are trying to burn away from me. How dare you guys? Think he can escape? Oh, I never locked him up. That's okay. You forgot to orbit the wreck. Oh, that's the worst. Well, I haven't been able to salvage that thing at all. Like, I've salvaged 1 out of 3, maybe. Like, the hierarchies are my least favorite, period. So, I'm hesitant to even do this one. These other guys should be quick and painless to kill. Oh my gosh, now that is cutting it close. All right, let's take these guys out, and then we are set to go into the next room. This last guy. And my drones don't need to be out anymore. So the hierarchy, if I remember right, you go to the warning sign, you shoot at the cruisers, battleship spawn, you shoot 1, then a final group spawns, then you shoot all 4 of those. So it's the second battleship spawn that you care about. Just want to make sure I get this right. Because I haven't done one of these in a while. Warning sign. Approach that. And now we wait. That's not what we shoot. We wait to... We don't shoot these guys, I don't think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we wait to shoot Well, and I'm not fully cap stable, which makes the hierarchies even scarier for me. In fact, I might just abandon this one when we're like mostly done. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm not really feeling it. Okay, now we're about to get to the craziness. There's that. One battleship, so I need to mark all these so I don't kill them accidentally. Okay. Now these battleships, I kill all of them. Hey, Jixfang, how are you doing today? Sorry, I'm focusing a little bit because this is one of my least favorite of these sites that we're running right now. And so I have to focus just a tad. Just a smidgen. Nice. One battleship down. Worst case scenario, if I don't get that, if I don't get the salvage, I should at least have no problem. Ooh, I have to go towards him. Yeah, no, I've done them before. I just know I hate this one because of all the DPS that comes out. Like, it causes me problems. And I think that's my issue with it. Oh, no, we're gonna be good. I don't have to go up. And the fact that I'm not cap stable does not help too much. Actually, I do need to head up this way. Yeah, I'm in a Loki at the moment. It's his Nomads Loki is the one I'm running. If you're curious. Oh, the damage is coming on me. Oh my gosh. Why is this so rough on damage? It's usually not this bad. Or is it this bad? I just don't remember because I haven't done these in forever. That guy should fall shortly. I do have to stagger my booster, which is why I'm being a little cautious here. I don't think I've ever done a DED site. I always feel like these battleships actually take more to kill than the Sentient herself. Here we go, Sentient. Oh, I forgot there's more DPS that comes in when the Sentient spawns. That's okay, ladies and gents. That's okay. All right, let's get this and then get ready to get out. Oh my god, I think my Loki just turned around. We're okay, we're okay. Then we warp.
Warp drive active.
It's a little bit longer, tank. I believe on you. And we are out of there. GG on that one. Oh no, I got it barely, Doc. I got it. I ended up getting it. Whew. That was only worth 27 mil compared to our previous site, which was worth 77. Vastly different numbers, but that's okay. Oh, we got it. 105 mil already, and I'm not even at an hour, so I've made more already. I don't know about the drone armor resist profile. Do they have a different? And then the 24 million payout from the bounties I've gotten so far. Love it. All right, I didn't get an escalation, did I? No, I just got a drone signal notification. Yeah, no escalations yet. Gotcha. I haven't done... I'm honestly not too savvy in those things. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm more just, ooh, here's something new I want to try. Tell me how to do it, somebody. And then people tell me how to do it. I'm like, awesome. I'm going to do that. That makes sense. I mean, EM's usually the weakness in shields, like even in shield ships. At players' runs, they usually have an EM hole and then a shield hole, and then a explosive hole you have to fill. So it kind of makes sense. Kind of. Awesome. We have a site. Let's see what we got from this. So my goal is to stay in here. So I'm not going to stream all day. Me and the wife have stuff that we have to do. But I'm not pulling my Loki out until I get to probably 1.5 bill, I think is my goal. 1.5 bill. So we'll stay out here as long as that takes. Eventually, over the streams that I'm doing. Yeah, it's honestly, it's those battleships are the bane of my existence out here. Like, I hate those guys. Hate them. And I think it's just they take so long to kill is why I hate them. And I don't know why those specific 4 take so darn long. I don't know. But they certainly do. You're probably right where they have different resist. See, I wasn't sure if it's like the resist. I should look and see how much DPS or how much damage I'm doing them. Well, it should show up. Might be hard to highlight them. Highlight that stream. I'll run them again at some point so I can kind of compare what the damage, or I've got a log, right? I haven't. Social, no. Business, nope. Accessories, log and messages. This should do it. So that's a sentient. Where's my hits on it? So the sentient I'm hitting for like 662 for my missiles. There's a 1,200, 1,100. So that's a different resist profile. 949. Okay. So there's the sentient. I don't see where I'm hitting the other drone, the other guys. Wait, what? Okay, I guess I don't have them. Huh. What do you know? I'm surprised no one's ever out in these regions. That seems peculiar to me. You got yourself a Pith C? Is that what you're going for? Is that what you mean, Vasarius? I probably butchered your name. My apologies. Please don't be a hierarchy. So it must be, do they just have high health? Because that's about what I was doing on the other ones. So that doesn't seem out of the ordinary. They probably just run plates or something. So we're running a Radiance. So are these like, Radiance is a level 2. I'm gonna mark this down because I wonder if there's specific things with that. Radiance is actually my favorite because it gives me my favorite escalations. So it's not my favorite site to do. My favorite site to do was the, not the hierarchy, but the independence I ran earlier. It'll be great. My first 3 sites are all different sites. Get me reused to what I'm doing out here. That seems to be about what the other one has. This is a level 3 combat site. So let's see what that means with regards to everything. My alpha damage on my volleys are 1204. Yeah, okay, so hierarchies might always be level 3s, I wonder. Might actually just ignore that. Oopsie. I want to go that way. Afterburner on. And there's some strain frigates. See, I wonder, is that different though? I thought, is that different than the other battleships I usually fight? Because that would make sense if that's what it is. Who's got the web on me? You've got the web on me. No, thank you. Well, I mean, it's always been for me when I run these sites, the Queen or the Sentient is always very quick to take down. Get off my drone. Don't you touch my acolytes. Then we approach the gate, pull these suckers in. Oh. Ooh, that felt good. And this site, I always actually... This site's like the middle in between the other twos. It's kind of fun. Nope, wrong window. There we go. I was trying to pull up my notes again just to... I have nice little notes on every single one of the sites just to make it easier in my mind when I'm running them. Awesome. Here we are. Okay, that explains why, like, those ships just take forever. So it must just be the HP and not the resist profiles, is what it comes down to. All right, then we go third from the right. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Right-click approach. Drones out to kill the strains. If I lock them up one of these days. Ooh, you're already killing this one. My bad. You guys can go back to that. Because it really doesn't matter. You guys are pretty fast as is. So. This was actually the first video I watched of Urschlag to kind of figure out what was going on here. I remember this one. These guys nice and... nice and webbing me down. These jerks. All right, I'm looking for over here. I believe this spawns and I kill everything. There should be like, yeah. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Just waiting for this spawn. There we go. I think that was actually a really light spawn. Could they have been hull? The big hits? Actually, no, the big hits were probably armor. The shield would have been low hits. Oh, no, no. I don't know now that I think about it. I have no idea. Oh, I just threw them in a light. You're right. They don't do thermal damage. They do EM damage. Are they? Wait, acolytes aren't EM. Or they are... That's sensor strength. Oh, they are EM. Okay. So yeah, they're EM. I knew they weren't thermal. I just threw them because I saw light and I just wanted to group them really quickly. I think I was in a rush at that point. And so I was like, just group them into whatever. So they're not, I did not intentionally, like I intentionally grouped them that way because I was just kind of in a rush. So no, they're definitely not. Okay, so acolytes are EM. I thought it was Caldari was EM. I must have that wrong in my mind because I thought Caldari was EM. But Minmatar is the projectiles. So wait, Caldari's kinetic? Okay, never mind. I have no idea what anything is anymore. For some reason, I was thinking Caldari was EM. Galente was, I thought these guys are, okay, I'm out. My mind is just nowhere to be found with what these things are. Don't listen to me, guys. I don't know anything about drones, apparently. I've forgotten it. I used to know this like the back of my hand because when I was running, Abyssal sites, I needed to kind of know what to use where and when to use and how and all that shenanigans. And I guess I've just forgotten. Yeah, the sentient I'm hitting about the same right now. I'm at 600 in the armor. Oh, I'm gonna have to reload before this is done, I think. 2, 1. That's not gonna be quite enough. Yeah. That's okay. The cap need. I think Amar has some really, really, really cool ships. Their cap requirements get me. Like the Harbinger Navy, and then all the way to the Absolution. Those are my favorite ships. Like, just look. Ooh, a molting season. I like. Go ahead and reload. Let's get that going for us. Let's get up here. $48.5 mil. Let's get our orbit on. Come on, you wreck. Give me what I want. Hey, Jetpox. How you doing today? I still am glad I trained for Salvager 2. I used to only be able to do Salvager 1. I was like, okay, I'm going to do that train to get the Salvager 2 so I could run the ship with it. Because I feel like if I had a Salvager 1, this would be so much worse than how it is. Of course, I also, when I used to salvage, I would run Salvager 1s with a implant, and then I just run a catalyst. And so I'd run a catalyst with like so many salvagers on it. It really didn't matter if I had a Salvager 2 or not. Because it would get there pretty fast with, what, is it 8 cycling or 7? I can't remember. Actually, no, it might have been 9. I just know it was a lot. All right, 1 second. I'll show you the salvage in a second. Let me get off to my safe. The salvage is just extra ISK is what it kind of comes down to. Did I not? Oh, I'm not sure how much salvage I got out of that. Because I didn't throw it at the end. This is doing pretty well. It gives me T2 salvage, so I'm at 163 mil right now. 42 mil I've gotten out of salvage itself. So that's where it's kind of worth it. I finally got it. Huge, punchy, beautiful, Mar-taking behemoths of 2. Yeah. I'm a fan of the absolute. I'm going to pull up this ship 1 second. Actually, I put together a whole bunch of fits for it. So let's see the Abso. I can't fly it yet on my other character. I fly instead. Yeah, so here's my Absolution. Like, it's just a beautiful, fun ship to fly. I can fit the power grid on my other character. I just can't do it on here. But it gets insane DPS. Like, if I were to actually load the cargo with the conflag is what I've been using. If I actually load it with conflag. Maybe. Game mode, please. There it is. Okay, that DPS is not right because I cannot fly this ship. That's why. We would run this with target painters, and our points would be on we would run Brutix navies with them. Harbinger navies and Brutix navies we have a doctrine for. And so that's why there was no point on that ship, if you guys were wondering. That pretty much is, but I do really like the I don't want this. I want the agency. I really do like the way to look at the Minmatar ship too. That's like where I want it to fly. Ooh, we got a ways to go to get to Molten Season. Yeah, we can head out that way. Don't think. Let's see if we got anything on our way. Map. We'll just skip hierarchies from here on out. Oh, we have to go all the way out here. That's not bad. A couple pilots on our way. Takes us this way near... That's where I came in. I think. Yeah, that's 8 pilots and systems, so we don't have to go there. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Like, I literally, that's where I started this character as. You'll notice it's got the Minmatar background and color scheme and everything. And I start it if ship tree. Because there's nobody in system. Oh, we'll get rid of the direction. Minmatar. I changed this one, so right now it's Minmatar. It started off Minmatar focused, and then I kind of changed this and said, okay, let's instead make it cruiser and below focus. So I can't quite find the Proteus, or I can't do Galente yet. Can I do a Mar? Okay, I can do a Mar. I've got a Mar Frigate 5, though I haven't used it. I got it for Deacon, and then I never used it. And Guardian. I got Guardian 5 as well on that. And then Caldari, did I actually do anything with Caldari? No, I haven't done Caldari yet. So I just have 2 cruisers to 5 on this. But then that allows me to fly, which I haven't... I need to. Where is it? It's the... Well, I guess I don't have lasers either. I want to fly the Ashimu, but I don't have the lasers to do it. It's just been... I don't know. I've been like all over the place with this character. Okay, so the screen is cropped. And the reason the screen is cropped is because the way I play my game in window mode instead of fake full screen. And because I play my game in window mode, because I play my game in window mode, what happens is when I try to pull it into OBS, the top and bottom is cropped just slightly with black lines. So then I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with that. I do think it would be nice in my OBS to put a little strip of something across the top or the bottom, and then allow the black lines to be there so I don't have to crop my screen. But in the meantime, I crop my Eve stream, is how I do it. So that's why it's cropped, Robin. The Nyx. See, I can't fly the Nyx, so I can't speak on that, but the Sleipnir is very sexy, and I fly a Sleipnir on my other character, Divalone, as well. I do an Astarte and a Sleipnir on Divalone for my shield and then other ship. Oh, it really does bug me, Robin. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really hate that it's cropped. And I tried. It was just a pain. Complete pain. And so I was like, you know what? Whatever. And I've been meaning, I have been meaning for so long to do something about that. But it's so weird because I don't know what to take up the screen space there. Like, I really don't. Usually you'll see streamers who will have like donations, or which I don't like doing that, or most recent subscriber, which maybe I'll do that. That one's a decent one. I've got a couple of subscribers and it'd be nice to honor them and stuff. But like, I could do current song up there. I could do like, I don't know. I can't figure out what to put up there. I have thought about doing a game or something, but I don't know. Like, I've made a chatbot, but I just don't know what to do for a game. And so I haven't actually put anything together for that either. All right. So, oh yeah, so polarized ship is, yeah, pretty much. Like, when you equip polarized weapons... Okay, so it's 0 resists. Yeah. Alright, they already got the answers for you. I didn't even need to step in for that. They know what's up. So it literally is level 1, level 2, or level 3. I mean, if they don't shoot your Ashimu, then you never have to worry about tank, right? Just hopefully you're not focused. But you will be focused because you're an Ashimu. I still wanted to do a sniping Loki. Drop a Loki like 100 km off from the fight and just snipe with it. I thought that would be fun. I guess if I've been doing that, I could do polarized guns, right? Yeah, it is. There are polarized weapons. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. So if you look in the store... here, polarized heavy neutron blaster right here. And so you'll look at it that come with the cost of completely negating all resist on a ship it's fitted. So they're higher guns, but not as good. So that's why you'll see ganking and people gank with polarized weapons. So you'll see polarized catalysts where they're fit with the highs of polarized, whatever it is. No, not kiting, but sniping. Oh, no sniping are... Okay. Yes, you do have to use T2s to run polarized. That is correct.
Warp drive active.
Hey, it's no worries. I kind of ignored that fact that polarized was something for the longest time and had no idea what people were talking about until I finally looked it up. Like, I just was like, oh, polarized, yay, whatever that means. I have no idea what that means. I just ignored. This is the easiest site, and I love running these because it's so stinking easy. Burn towards the gate. Kill strains. Kill these guys. That's it. That's all I do in the first room. I am scanning. Combat level 3. I want to verify that this is going to be a hierarchy if it's a tech 3. I think it's true. They're always hierarchy, or they always are. But I just want to verify it. The problem is you just have no tank. So depending on what you're doing, they're just not worth it. Is what it kind of comes down to. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I know, yeah, it's usually ganking is generally what they're used for. That's probably like 99% of the uses. Even 1v1 though, wouldn't like maybe that's useful. I guess I don't know enough about 1v1, so I can't really speak on that. So I'm not going to dig myself into a hole of something I don't understand. Will not be worth it. Activate. Start off fresh in the next room. Pretty much. Because as a ganker, you're not really concerned about your resist because you're going to get blapped as soon as Concord lands on grid. And they're probably not going to blap you. So that's really not that big of a concern. Alright, so all we're going to do is we have to kill these 3 battleships here. So I'm just going to start by approaching them. And I'm going to destroy this nasty, nasty structure. Because if I don't, you end up bouncing off of this thing for pretty much forever. $56. So close. So close. Oh, am I not approaching the... Oh, I am so silly. I'm not actually approaching the battleships. Might be.
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Surprised none of the debris causes damage to my ship. Man, imagine if they allowed for ramming to deal damage, and like if you're too exposed to an exploding ship, it causes damage as well. Like just the amount of things that would change due to that. Be kind of cool. Yeah, I was like, if anything is polarized, it's gonna die so fast. Now, granted, it's possible they won't realize you're polarized and won't target you till the end, but who knows? This is why I like having an end name, no butadas. It's like nice in the middle, so I won't be called primary generally quickly. All right, so my missiles. Let's see how much alpha they do on these guys. 710. Okay, so 710 on these guys, but it still feels like these guys die faster, and it could just be because there's fewer of them. This is why I don't think I could ever get good enough at PvP like some of those other people. Like some of the popular streamers and PvPers out there. They're so crazy good at it. Plus, I don't like losing ISK, and I know that's probably bad of me. I should not be afraid to lose it, but I just don't like getting my ship blown up, you know? I'm just one of those type of people. Because I want to just get as much ISK as possible in my bank account, you know? Which, I mean, for this month... So, I'm doing kind of a monthly thing to see how much ISK I make per month, by the way, guys. So, right now, this month, I started with 0 ISK on this account, and I'm currently at 1.6 bill. So, I'm kind of checking to see, just doing like... This isn't even streaming that heavily or playing that heavily. I just kind of want to see how much you want to do. I know, I've been doing a lot of ESO... I've been doing it offline because like the ESO streams aren't popular, just because I'm not that great at ESO. But it's a lot more relaxing when I know nothing's on the line, and if I die, it's just some durability on my equipment that I can repair. Like, it's really simple, and I kind of like that. I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of nice. What do I have to do? Do I just shoot him? Is that all I do is just shoot him once? Yeah, there we go. It's like, I think it's just a shoot once and move on with your life, but I wasn't certain. Elder Scrolls Online. It's like the, what is it? It's like it's an MMO that it's not really like Skyrim, but it's got things. It's got like the whole Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. Like it's got those races. It's got that idea, but it's not like a Skyrim online game. It's much more. It's much more like an MMO, but I find it very fun because I don't have to do a monthly fee on that. Pretty much, Robin's got it right. See, I don't mind grinding it. I think the methods I grind gets boring. As long as I swap it up a little bit, I'm okay. Oh, I need to approach that, and I need to start my salvaging. And then I don't mind as much doing that, as long as I just mix it up, do something different all the time. What? No, please. Nobody needs tank these days. I'm not cap stable with this fit, so I have to cycle my tank. 42 mil. I still want like a, I'm waiting for a Stratios or a Nestor thing. Gotcha, Dread. Gotcha. I just covering all the bases. There could be a lurker here who doesn't know what Elder Scrolls is. Unlikely, but it's possible. Okay, it's not really possible. Everybody here knows what Elder Scrolls is. Oh, I should probably salvage this thing. Eventually. Yeah, you kind of... I've been doing a bit of solo, but I've been hanging out with some people. And that's been helping a bit with ESO. I still like the Cyrodiil the best with ganking people. I have a Nightblade, a Stamblade. Used for ganking, and that's a ton of fun, honestly. But I guess when I stream, I usually stream with the with Ryleseth, and we're usually doing like dungeons or questing, and I think that's just not interesting, I'll be honest with you, and that's fair. So it's not really, I don't think it's really worth streaming it anymore. I've kind of stopped doing that because it's just not interesting. I'd rather devote my time to something else. Like Eve with you guys. And then I just play that game offline. So where we're at, we are an hour and 12 minutes in. No, hour and 17 minutes in. And we are at 205 mil. Okay. It's pretty good. I don't know if I want to do drone roulette, guys. I've heard bad things about drone roulette. And it's back the other direction that I already came from. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on drone roulette. I'm gonna keep on moving on. I have not been stream sniped yet. Even on the CCP channel, I haven't been stream sniped in wormholes. I think the nature of what I do, I move around a lot, and I'm very cautious, so it's not really worth to stream snipe me. I'm assuming, maybe. No, Robin, that's great. As they run by, and then you pick off the stragglers at the end, knock some of them out, and then like that whole group's in disarray as you stealth away, and they're like, so where are they? So they come to res, and then you just mess with them again. Like, I don't know. It kind of is hard, just in the nature of it, I feel like. Here would be a bit easier because you kind of got the general lay of land where I'm at, so you could catch up to me. Hey, Modus. Modus, that's not fair because you can just join the fleet I'm in when I'm in wormhole space and warp to me. Since you're in my corp. Okay, shameless plug. I'm trying to get I just started up a Discord. The link to it, !Discord will give you a link. There's also a link down on my Twitch profile. I'm trying to... I've been told I need to get a community of Discord, and I spend so much time on Discord anyways, I could talk to you guys there. So whenever I'm like, let's talk about things, I can just talk to you about Discord. I'm pretty much on there all the time when I'm not busy. So if you're interested in joining, interested in hanging out with us, oh, that's going to be a hierarchy. I'm going to ignore that. Make sure you join Discord. It's just starting off, so there's not a lot of people in there. But as more gets up, I'll think of things to do in Discord. We'll figure it out. It'll be a good place to talk about Fits, talk about Eve, talk about other games that come up. Maybe you're a PUBG fan and want to show off an amazing kill you got. We can always talk about it there. So, hope to see you guys around there as well. Shameless plug whatsoever. Oh gosh, you guys are all going to stream snipe me. No. What did I just do? I should never have mentioned it. You know, I'm going to be honest. If I had a stream sniper of one of you guys who watches me regularly, I would feel honored. If it was somebody who just came to my channel and was like, oh, I'm going to stream snipe this person that I have no idea who he is, it's like whatever. But if I have someone who's like a dedicated viewer who comes and stream snipes me, I feel like it's an honor. Okay, what games do you play, Gigs? So I do, let's see. Oh yeah, Black Ops 4 is the new thing. I haven't tried Scum. I've watched some people do Scum, and I've been watching Black Ops 4 Blackout. I'm a fan of the... I don't know. I'm a fan of the gunplay in PUBG, and me and my friend play that a lot, so I don't know how likely it is for me to swap. But, like, so I do a lot of Elder Scrolls Online, EVE Online. Those are my two MMOs. And then I play Rocket League, PUBG, Divinity Original Sin 2, and Stardew Valley, but we haven't done Stardew Valley in a bit, me and the wife. But I do that with Ryla Seth on a co-op stream. Which I like the co-op streams, but I tried to get her to do Mario, but she wasn't a fan of the Mario stuff. She was like, nope, I'm done with Mario. I'm like, but it's so much fun, so we dropped that. So you like Scum? Okay, so Jigs, I was going to do KSP, but I'm very, very afraid that if I get that, I'll never play another game in my life. It looks super addicting. And so I'm a little afraid to do that. I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen some people play it. I watched, so Wacky Potato, the guy I play a lot of other multiplayer games with in the weekday evenings. He does KSP. He's like, you probably will get sucked in. And so it's just kind of like one of those things like, do I dive in? Because I could see myself spending like, just the day just flies by. Okay, so we're in the system. Double legions are out, but I'm gonna... Here, we're gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna make a safe. And I'm gonna keep my eyes out for combat probes, and we're just gonna run this site really quickly. Before they realize what's going on, I want to run the site. I wish I could just right-click and warp to it. I hate that I have to go to the agency tab and do that. It's probably like a pain, which is why they do that. Like for them to do it otherwise. Watch, these are the stream snipers that have been waiting for me. All right, so molting season. The first site is I just kill the sentient. It looks like. That's what I'm afraid of. That is exactly what I'm afraid of with KSP, is I don't want to like look down and be like, oh my god, I have barely accomplished anything and it's already 6 hours gone. Like, that is my fear. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I just land, kill sentient, and watch out for combats. Sentient. I'll do drones. No idea what these legions are doing. I don't care about webs. Exactly. That's what would happen to me. And I've watched. I got my fix by watching a couple streamers do it, and it looks super interesting and like I would enjoy it. But now I just don't. I'm becoming an older. When you're older, you don't have as much time in your life, and it kind of sucks. Like there's so many good games. Like when I was younger and just growing up and getting into all this gaming stuff, like you had the time to do all that. Oh, I do have to kill these strains. Oh, crap. That's okay. They should die fast enough. Where is the... Oh my gosh, where is it? There you are. Let's align to safe. Oh, he's not even on me, so I'm just gonna warp off to the safe. I would spend so long just like learning everything, and there's like so many logistics, and I'd want to play on the hardcore mode, like not the easy stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna mess with these guys and even scan these things down. I don't know if it's worth it. Of course, I could just be AFK. We're going to escalations. That's all I care about. And this is our tier 2 molting season. Set desto. And then I want to look at my star map to make sure I'm all good. One pilot, one pilot. A lot of like one pilots, but this is, yeah, this will be good. This will lead me to a pretty dead end space. Not bad. I worry about, that's I guess one of my fears with the new Black Ops as well that's coming out, that game, and the Battlefield game that's coming out. Like the gunplay doesn't look as fun. Like it doesn't look as accomplishing. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just I'm salty or something, or I just don't want to spend the money and that's my excuse. I would try to build space stations everywhere, and it would just get way too crazy. Would be my problem. Way too crazy. But my computer's also starting to die. Oh my gosh, it's getting so bad when I start to run multiple things. I don't know if it's my processor is going bad, or more things are getting cluttered on my hard drive, or what's going on. It's just a matter of time. I'm trying to drown off as much, or like keep this computer alive as much as possible, since I'm a grad student and all that stuff. And my wife's like, no, we're grad school for like 3 or 4 more years. Can't buy a brand new computer. Ooh. Be a good site to run. So this is this level 2, so this should be our radiance if I got this correct. Yep, it is. Awesome. I want it. So that's kind of cool to know that that follows the pattern. So if I see a combat site and it says a tier 3, I know I can just ignore it. Well, okay, so I have, it might be, when I run 2 clients, I'm starting to get some lag. Yes, you're right, Rogue. I've already upgraded my graphics card and my hard drive because I had an older SSD with not as much space. My next thing is I need to upgrade the processor. The problem is I don't want to... my processor is 5 years old, so I have like a 5-year-old chipset. I want to upgrade that. Well, to upgrade that, I need to upgrade my motherboard. Well, if I upgrade my motherboard, the new ones run on DDR4 RAM, and I'm still running on DDR3 RAM. So with that said, I would have to upgrade my RAM as well, which is expensive. So now I have to buy a new motherboard, processor, and RAM. That's my problem. And it's just so many little things that I have to buy. So the graphics card is good. Everything else is good to go. Like the power supply shouldn't die in forever, pretty much. And so I have no desire to upgrade that either. So that's why I'm hesitant to buy those things. Exactly, Smooth. I did one at the very beginning because I was like, let's do it. It's worth a start. But hierarchies are just not worth it. Not at all. They just take so long. Like, I can do 2 other sites by the time it takes me to do one. It's so much riskier. Okay, I can pull these home. Am I flying correctly? Yeah, I am. Awesome. Oh, you mean buy them and it's when I get them all put together, I'll be good to go. That's a thought. Well, I've been thinking about doing it for like my birthday, Christmas present to my that my wife, or because the way me and my wife do birthday and Christmas presents is we don't actually get Christmas. We're both birthdays in this like right near Christmas, so we just do a combination, and then we don't buy presents for each other. We just say, "What do you want this year?" And so we get what we get what we want essentially for our birthday and Christmas. So I was thinking about doing that. Radiance gives me the molting season, though, and those are the ones I like for the escalations. Of course, I'm not the fastest. I am not the fastest runner, and I'm okay with this. I'm only at, like, I'm not even at 300 mil, and we're over an hour and a half in. Of course, I did have to fly out here, to be fair, so you do have to factor in my flight time. We're not big Christmas people. I mean, I usually get her something extra special, something extra as well, but not big. But like, what did I get last year? I think my graphics card was my big upgrade last year. And then the year before that, it was the Nest thermostat that I really wanted. We're okay with it though, like without doing that. Oh, kill them. They'll die quick enough anyways, both of them. These double webs. I mean, if you build it yourself, like the computer lasts forever, like 7 years old, and if it's still kicking, that's a good build. Usually lifespan of computers are like 4 years. I just like it that I can control it from my phone. It automatically turns the temperature up and down depending on the time of, like, it's pretty cool. Like, when I'm laying in bed and I want to change the temperature and I don't want to get up to the thermostat, I just grab my phone and change the temperature in my apartment. And it's amazing. It's the simple things that get me excited. Well, and then we run a Nest webcam as well, a security camera, and so that kind of pairs nicely with everything. Well, I mean, it's weird because at this point as well, I was thinking like, I have my old graphics card, which still works. It's just not as good. These. One of the options that comes to mind of what I can kind of do is, I could, in theory, basically just build an entire new computer with the extra parts. And then the other computer I run as a Steam machine off of my TV that's behind me. And so we can have a Steam machine essentially in the living room to play games off of. Like, I've thought about that idea. And I would just need to buy a new... I have an extra hard drive that would be enough to cover it. I'd probably have to buy another hard disk drive which would be cheap. I could buy a cheaper one on that. So I'd have to buy a hard disk drive. I'd have to buy a case, which cases are usually pretty cheap, and then a power supply, which usually isn't that much expensive. And I could get a whole nother computer. So that's another reason I've been putting it off, because I kind of want to do that, but I don't know if I should do that. It's one of those things like I want to, but should I is the real question. Chase me. Chase me. These are like so-so. Independents are still my favorite. Where's this last one? Oh, he's way over there, so I want to burn actually towards him. Why'd you go so far away from me, buddy? Why would you do such a thing? Do I smell or something? Like, what is this? We'll orbit her at 500,000. Should be done in a second. Awesome. Awesome. But yeah, again, if you guys, I actually put a channel in the Discord for talking about computer stuff. So if you guys ever have any questions about computers, building them, or any of that shenanigans, if it's like tech support questions, I'm not really going to answer that. But if it's like, you know, how do I build this? Why this part? What's good graphics card, processor? When do I want to use this type of thing? Things like that. Feel free to post in Discord, and I will happily talk to you guys about it. Or you guys can talk about it amongst yourself if I'm away at the moment, you know? So that's another reason I want to have a Discord, because I had so many times I was like, hey guys, message me if you want to talk about this. And I said, you know, might as well just be like, screw it. Let's do a Discord. Yeah, no, if you like, well, I don't know how to do this thing with my computer, or, you know, my computer's broken. I don't want to do that shenanigans. That's way too much. I used to do that. That used to be my job that I used to do when I was in high school and stuff. Oh, man. There we go. Ooh, what did I get? I got something good out of that. Is that a Astero chip? No, a Stratios chip. Nice. Nice. That was a good find. So 264 plus the 146 mil right there from the chip we just got. That was a good find. Those are the things we're looking for while we're doing these sites, is big things like that. See, I hate when I click on my taskbar accidentally and open things. Going in. Maybe. Yeah, so those things are always really nice to just have an extra. Like, I love finding the rogue chips, because you can turn them into Stratios or a Nestor or whatever you want when you get the Nestor ones. The Nestor ones are my favorite to grab. But I have not actually ran into any Nestor chips. I've only ran into pretty much... Yeah, I've only ran into Stratios chips since I've been out here. But I haven't been doing it long enough. Mm-hmm. Got space, yep. Plenty of missiles here. And then I've got a nice small container and extra 8,000 missiles for when I run out here. So I should be able to live out here for a while before I have to go back. As long as I just don't get ganked while coming back into Cheetah. That would be my fear. I feel relatively safe while I'm out here in nullsec. Like, as long as, I mean, especially with a local, so I know if someone even enters my system, nullsec makes me feel very safe and secure, which is unusual, I know, but nonetheless. So the last one. No, don't kill my drone. These are jerks. What do these drones ever do to you? Just shoot you. Nothing bad. Oh. So I put a bot together and it works, and I can get nice overlays on my Twitch stream. And I'm trying to figure out how I want to do things with it. What I even want to do with it. So this was the problem. It was inspired off of Urslog saying how he does really cool looking giveaways and stuff. And I want to. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, Offric, and welcome, guys. Welcome. Thank you. We're just over here running some nullsec PvE sites. So welcome. We're using a one strain to take off. One strain. So if you have any, we're just making a little bit of IS. We've been running for like an hour and 30 minutes, making 411 mil at the moment. So it's going pretty well. Nice. Hype. So yeah, what I was saying right before the raid is I've got the chat bot and I've got a way to do animations and stuff similar to that. I just don't know what to do. I don't know. I want to do giveaways with extra ISK I make. So my plan is to make enough ISK, which I already have. Make enough ISK for a Plex every month. And then do giveaways with the rest. I just don't know how I want to do giveaways to make them look nice and fancy and cool and stuff. So if you guys ever have any ideas on how I should do that, hit me up. Let me know. Because I don't have ideas. Which is odd for me. Usually I've got ideas and stuff. Oh, I do. So the way I make my ISK in game now, I used to do incursions. That was a lot of my ISK. And then I've swapped. So now I'm doing nullsec PvE roams. I do it. Urslag does it. I actually learned from Urslag. He always streams in the EU time zone. So check him out and he'll give you some information on that. I also do wormhole exploration for relic can cracking. That's a lot lower IS per hour, but it's also a lot lower barrier to entry and cheaper with the fit. Like this fit is so much more. I've thought about that because I really do like how Urslag does it, but it's like, how do you win? Like, it's really hard because I know how he does his giveaways and I don't want to do them how he does it, but I don't have ideas for other ways to do it. And so it's kind of like I need to figure out other ways to do giveaways that's my own unique spin on it. And I need to figure that out. The crates are actually always fun. Like opening up loot boxes in games or opening up a crate on stream. It's kind of exciting. Like, what are you going to get? What's about to pop out of it? So that might actually be a lot of fun putting together and doing something similar with that. That I don't mind, but how you obtain and win, I want to have something unique. Yeah, if you have any questions, Offric, let me know. I like... ooh, I'm running low on cap. I need to do a cycle off really quickly. These are the ways I found to make ISK, and it makes pretty good ISK per hour. Plus, when I do it on stream, it makes it not feel like a chore and more like I'm just hanging out with everybody. And I really enjoy that. Let's get some orbit up on this guy. There's massive damage incoming. So in this site, I only care about killing the sentient. That's the only thing that's going to drop me loot. So, ooh, I'm gonna throw some drones on her really quickly. No, I'm gonna have to wait for my missiles to reload. My drones aren't gonna be enough. I was like, maybe if I throw drones on it, I won't have to wait for a reload, but I'm gonna have to wait for a reload anyways, regardless. And this should kill him. Awesome. Oh, I need to put on my shield booster. What am I doing, Nobu? Oh, man. And right at a turn. Right at a turn. So I got a whole bunch of alpha there. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. This isn't that much. I have a... dump. I'll be good. It's the battle cruisers? You're right. This site I'm not too concerned about, but I will keep that in mind moving forward with the battle cruisers dealing all that damage. Like, I've never gone into armor there. It's always the hierarchies that gets me and puts me on armor. So we got our loot from that site. That's looking pretty good. We got our salvage. We're now up to 433 mil. So we are moving on up. Okay, do a spin at the beginning of the game that says random things like get ganked, found wormhole energy, stuff like that, where random even... Okay. I actually kind of like that idea, because I know Urschlag, he does the countdown, the 30 minutes countdown in between each one. I like the idea of random events. So you don't know when the next thing's happening. So all of a sudden an event happens, like warning, warning, you know, and something pops up. That actually sounds really cool. I might do that. That's actually a good idea. So that could be how to trigger the events. And it could be multiple events. Like, I like the wormhole idea. I'm copying your... Well, what I do is I'd roll... So I do something, probably I do a... what is it? What's that? I'd probably do, not a Gaussian distribution, but what's the derivative of a Gaussian distribution? It's a, where you have a lambda? Exponential. Is that it? Distribution. Yeah, I'd probably do like an exponential distribution or something with the randomness. Ooh, there's 9 people in local. Why am I in the system? Whatever. YOLO. I am still in Striker, Jinxvang, and I do things with them on rare occasions. I just have been doing a lot less because I just don't have the time to devote anymore. I'm kind of just letting them do their own thing and using them as a base of operations for a lot of stuff, which I put in a lot of time to make that strong. Augur, Vexers, Hound, Ishtar, Stiletto. This is a gate camp. This is a gate camp. I really hope it's not this gate. Now, this is just a VNI, so we're... Oh, that's a fleet moving through. That's a fleet moving through. And I am getting out. That was something I don't have to... wow. Yeah, and that's what happened, Smooth. That's what kind of happened to me there in that last site, is I was orbiting the Sentient, and then I was swapping to go actually get... I was going to go loot them. And when I went to loot, my ship kind of did like a 270 up and went for it. So I had just 0 transversal and just got railed on for like a couple volleys before I got a little bit of velocity up. And then I had to get away from it after I loot it. And that gave another couple whales from the volleys to do a little bit of damage. So that was the trouble I ran into. So I'm going to hang out here for a minute and let this fleet fly through. I'm just going to hang out here for a minute. We'll see where they're going. So that's what's going on. Well, probably Rogue, what I do is when I start, the way I'd probably do the randomness is I'd have a Gaussian distribution. So for some type of average, I'd be getting these things. And then what would happen is, sorry, not Gaussian, exponential. And then what would happen is once that time hit, so it'll determine a time, and then I'll do a uniform to determine the event. And once I get the event and the time that it occurs, so it would be X number of minutes. So it would do the event X number of minutes from when that happens. The event would happen. And then once the event's over, I do another roll for how many minutes until the next event happens, and then what event that is. So that's what it would happen every time. So at the end of each event, it would roll for how many minutes until the next event occurs. Is how I would do it. I know, exactly. Yay for cloaking nullified. I think if I sat there, they might just have ignored me because they probably just didn't really care. But, I mean, it's a Loki there. If they could catch me, they would catch me and try to kill me. So I didn't want to take a risk. Like, I didn't want to try to wait off the 1 minute timer for them to maybe try to catch me. I just wanted to warp off and get away as fast as possible because I knew I was going to be faster through the gate than them. So I wasn't too concerned. And then the events themselves, you mentioned the whole, like, a wormhole idea. That's kind of cool since I do a lot of wormhole stuff. Maybe a hacking one. Something to deal with hacking. And then I'll just add, I'll start maybe with one and kind of expand as, because I need to get one working. So I'll probably do that. That's actually, I like it. I like it a lot. See, and I don't know if it necessarily has to be me, but yeah, it could be something like that. You lose a hack or, fell into a, oh, this is a level 3. I don't want to do that. Fell into a sleeper site, a sleeper data site, or a relic site or something. I don't want it so everybody can win, but I don't want to do like a dartboard like Urslag does, because again, I don't want to mimic. I don't know how I do it. I don't know. I'd have to think a little more on how I want to do the giveaway portion. So that gives me up to the events and a kind of a theme for it. But let's say it is a wormhole. Let's say a wormhole spawned here, you know, and or ganks happening or something. Like, not a gank, but like a wormhole opened up and I jumped in and something happened. Are these guys just going the same route I'm going? This is a bad idea, the route I'm taking. What am I even doing, guys, with my life, with my Loki? I thought I was going someplace safe. But there is not one pilot in system. That's BS. Maybe. Maybe. That could actually, something like that could work. Alright, so we do have a VNI at this gate, the D3SEA. I think. Let me actually take a look at the gate. Either that or the VNI's docked up. My guess would be docked up? I'm gonna just jump through. Gonna jump through. This is, guys, this is where I lose my Loki, and all this S that we have been making is just gonna go down the drain. All of it. Oh, now we got a capsule. Hey Riv, how are you doing today? Let's see what's over in this other system. This system supposedly is a dead-end system, but it could have been lying to me. Okay, yeah, it's a dead end. I'm just going to go straight to molting season. This is my stage 2 of the molting season that I'm on. So we'll go run this really quickly. I probably want to get out of here after this and move someplace else in space, because this seems to be a little... I don't really like this section of drone lands anyways as much. I kind of just went here because there was an escalation, so I said, sure, why not? Oh, what do I have to do here? I have to do something like wait for the spawn? Or do I just shoot something? Kill the cruisers, maybe? Oh, I don't remember. Or this might be one of those you just wait and it happens. You guys, this is the second stage of a molting. Okay, so it is just a wait for the spawn. Okay. I thought that was it, and I think the spawn happens here, but I wasn't certain. There's the sentient. Hound. He doesn't know where I'm at. There's no way. Yeah, no, the third one is the kill the cruisers. I remember that, because that was a pain. Okay, Hound's gone out of the system. Oh, whoopsie. Approach this. $14.8 mil. Get our orbit on here. Figure this out and get out of this place. Oh. So I don't really want to log in this system out. I want to get someplace else, so I'm gonna... The next multi-season is 7 jumps that way. I think I want to go back to Therium, actually. Go back this way. We'll get out of here, because I'm just not a fan of it. Eventually, we'll get out of here, that is. We'll head back to the Therium space. Because this seems very populated compared to what I was used to seeing, which is unusual. Usually not this many people hanging out and about. Okay, maybe we'll salvage this. Maybe, possibly. 469 is where I'm at, so we'll see how much the salvage is as well. Whew. I'll be here all night, ladies and gents, trying to get this thing. I mean, what's the probability on each cycle to actually salvage? Because I have to be very unlucky for it to go this far. There it is. All right, now I'm going to head out of here because I want to get out of this system area. I am not a fan of it. This puts us to 493. Not bad at all. So our entire haul today so far. So this involved getting out to drone lands. Yeah, this involved us getting out to drone lands. So we've gotten 466 million in 2 hours, including the trip out here. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. If you factor in a trip, yeah, I'll take that. Again, I'm going to try to stay out here till about like 1.5 to 2 billion. Somewhere around there is where I want to hit before I head back. So we don't have to worry about travel time anymore. It'll just take a couple more trips in here, and then we should be absolutely golden. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gents, is we're at about 2 hours. This is actually usually about where I call it because I have stuff I got to do with the wife. Oh, we have to do groceries. I have to pick her up from lab work. So, should be, let's see here. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if I'm going to message. So let's find a good, nice, safe place to log away from people. Let's get out of this. Oh, not chip tree. I want map. I want map. Let's do a couple more jumps. We'll get to like here. This is where we're gonna log here. That's a good place to log. Nice. Take your confessor in there, Smooth. I still have a confessor hanging out inside of C13, and it's great. He's just sitting there. Haven't done anything with him for a while, but I'd run the combat sites with him a lot, and that was a lot of fun. So let's see. Guys, I don't think I'm going to bore you with the whole me traveling. I don't think anything exciting is going to happen besides me getting to the next spot. So, with that said, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I've had a lot of fun. We've made a lot of ISK in nullsec. I think my next Eve stream is going to be on Monday at 2000 Eve time. And that's going to be on the CCP channel as well as this channel. So I hope you guys tune in. We're going to be doing more nullsec PvE exploration sites, making some ISK, making a lot of ISK. That is the plan. So we'll be back here Monday. I'll be doing some other stuff in the meantime as well. I'm sure I'll probably be streaming some Divinity Original Sin 2 with the wife at some point today or tomorrow. So if you guys enjoy single player RPGs, things like that, make sure you stop by. Welcome to all the new people who've stopped by, all the old people. It's been a lot of fun and chat with you guys. Thanks for the suggestions as well with the what to actually do with the bot. Make sure you hit that follow button if you want to know when I go live, or don't. I'm indifferent. Again, shameless plug for the Discord. I'm getting a Discord going. So if you guys have questions about that with Discord or whatever, or in-game questions, fits questions, how to build a computer, make sure you join the Discord. Send me a message on there in one of the channels, anywhere you want. I will be happy to answer that. Again, thank you guys so much, and have an absolute wonderful Saturday and a wonderful weekend. Take care, everybody.